man, I love this place. Okay. Welcome back to Stevo Runs, everyone. The channel created for like-minded people looking to become fitter, healthy people. And this is a pre-recorded run I did when I was back in Devon. As you can see, it's not my usual running surroundings, although I wish it was. But today, you can hear me through that roaring water. I want to talk about 5 things that are ruining your running progress. All right, let's crack straight on. See some more sights on the way. Oh, okay. Prickles. People choose mad routes to go down on Strava here, obviously, but I can see why. Because the place is just absolutely astonishing. I swear the people that write these routes are mental. What lovely path I was just on, it sends me across this. Oh, okay. Maybe it does look nice. It's the best route I've done yet. Let's keep going. Okay, point number 1 is sleep. Yes, sleep is probably ruining your running progress. I can't even run down these bits, so I might as well just walk and talk. If you are getting insufficient sleep, like I do oftentimes, then this is going to be ruining your running progress. Because if you're not getting 7 hours at least, then your body's not going to be prepared for the next day's running. Yeah, by all means, you can fight it out like I do sometimes and just go anyway because you're due to go. But generally, your body hasn't recovered enough for you to have afforded yourself the next day's run. So there's lots of easy tips to get enough sleep in. The obvious one is to go to bed earlier. The others is to put your screens down early, take magnesium half hour before bed and whatnot, but you can do your own research on that. If you're getting enough sleep, good for you, and that's a good start to this video because you've conquered it already. But generally, people aren't really getting enough sleep and you're going to be paying the price. So point number 1, get at least 7 hours in of kip, more if you can, and see how much your running will improve once you've improved that part of your life. Apologies for the no running, I literally can't hear, look. But I absolutely love it. I'll change this to what I do anytime. Okay, let's go on to point number 2. Okay, as I make my way out from the roaring river into what just looks like the moors now. PS, I'm just following a route that I took from Strava. I could be going anywhere, but I'm en route. So hopefully there's a gate to get out of this field in a minute. And maybe back a bit of road would be nice. But my feet are drenched. And it did say moderate run. I say it's moderate to hard. All good. Okay, so point number 2. Nutrition and hydration. Maybe not, maybe it is for you. For me, mine isn't perfect, so this is a good point to use right here. Nutrition and hydration. First, water, electrolytes. Okay, so you need to be getting them down you, really. If you're doing miles like this, I'm sweating, and I'm the perfect example for it. I ain't got no water with me. I don't know what I was expecting today. Here we are. But yeah, sufficient amounts of water is what you need to get around these runs. You can do a sweat test, look it up online, see how much you lose, which is going to pay you great benefits on race day and whatnot to keep your body topped up with hydration. Fill it with, put a bit of electrolytes in it too for ultimate hydration, and you'll be golden. If you're not doing that, it's probably ruining your running. And then there's nutrition, which I'm definitely not great at, and I feel the effects of it sometimes, but I do like to eat what I want when I want. Not always unhealthy, but it's not always healthy either. Oh wow. Oh, I hope this is doing the justice it deserves. What a place to run. This is my favourite place to run of all time. Oh man, I just want to up sticks and just move here. Anyway, back to the video. Yeah, if you want to be trying to drop the weight that you get to your target, sort of racing weight and whatnot, and as the old saying goes, you can't outrun a bad diet. Now, lucky for me, I sort of stay where I am weight-wise, but it doesn't mean I don't feel the effects of eating sort of normal food, which isn't good. You get your heartburn and stuff, and you can feel it in your stomach sometimes. But if you can learn to digest good, healthy food with the right amount of carbs, not too many amount of carbs, you're going to be absolutely flying around your races and whatnot in your runs. But yeah, ultimately, it's going to hold you back on your running journey, which is not what you want. You want to get the best results you possibly can, and that means looking after yourself with food and hydration. Give it a go, and I'll try too. My feet are soaked. Okay, let's move on to point number 3. Okay, so point number 3 is missing runs for silly reasons. Right, this is definitely going to ruin your sort of progress in running if you're just absolutely winging it. Okay, so if I sound like a broken record, but it's important. So get yourself a plan in place is the sure way to stay consistent. I've made videos about staying consistent if you look back, and it is very important for progress in running. If you find yourself making excuses for not running because you didn't get up early enough, or it's too hot, or I didn't feel like it, then you're the sure way to throw your running routine off track. So get your plans set in stone and get it done. And I understand that's bad advice if you're in a position where you need to swap it for whatever reason, like you're feeling poorly and whatnot. But what I'm getting at is, if you're one of those people that make excuses to not go, passing it on, end up missing a run during the week because of it, it's called being inconsistent. And trust me, it's the way to make your trend spiral downwards instead of upwards in your running miles routine and whatnot. So missing runs for silly reasons is a way to slow up your running progress. I'm knackered, my game was taking me the wrong way, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Let's get to point number 4. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy to find a bit of road here. It's been absolutely mad trail so far, but nice little bit of road to go on, assuming I'm going the right way. You usually ain't. But point number 4 is comparing yourself to others. Okay, most of you probably don't do this by now. If you're watching this because you're an experienced runner, you definitely ain't doing this. But if you're watching this because you want to know why your run is not improving, and comparing yourself to others is one of the great ways to do that. Now, Strava has this weird thing. When I first began, I gathered friends on there, and if you felt like you wanted to get your runs on there to not show off, but it's a weird way to let everyone know you've been running, and it makes you feel good. Also has this funny way of making you compare yourself to others running on there, and it's an absolutely pointless thing to do. You're all at different parts of your journey. Some people on there might have been running for 10 years longer than you, and are therefore bound to be far better, far faster, lower heart rate. There's so many other things too that can make someone faster than you on Strava or out on the roads. If you're doing heart rate training, they might have a bigger zone 2 sort of window, where my zone 2 sort of goes up to 150, theirs might go to 160, and they might naturally be doing it for a long time and just be way faster at that point. Right, pink sheep. So what I'm trying to say is that comparing yourself to others on there is the wrong move, okay? What you're gonna do is make yourself feel like, oh god, I should be going faster, maybe I'll just match their pace and whatnot. If you see people in the streets taking over you, I've had numerous people taking over me, even now, because they're out doing their fast run maybe, you're out doing your slow run, all I do is have a little look at my watch when they're near to let them know that I am tracking it. And this is the purpose of my run is this: running slow, building the base. If anything, you may have the upper hand on them because they're doing the things I talk about in the other points where they run too hard and too fast. And your training, every run you do has got a purpose. And if that means I'm going past you, so be it. Point number 4, comparing yourself to others. Don't do it, big no-no. Okay, point number 5. Probably the most important point I've got to show you today. It's something I didn't do, something I'll do now, something that makes one hell of a difference to your running progress. It's probably ruining your progress if you don't do it. That is strength training. And I get it, you don't want to do it. Don't switch me off though, you'll hear me out. Okay, the whole time, I've only started probably 6 months ago getting strength training in. I thought you don't need it. Some cases may argue that you don't need it. Some people actually don't need it. But trust me when I say that strength training is essential for 90% of runners, simply because it's going to make you a more efficient runner. And trust me, I paid the price on my marathons I did. I knew that. My hip muscles were hurting, my legs were really hurting. Yeah, they get tired, but they weren't prepared for the load that I was putting on it. They weren't even prepared for the training I put on it, let alone trying to do a marathon as hard as you can. And I could barely walk the next day. And I just know that my muscles were so weak and not prepared for what I was doing to them that I needed to get strength training. And I'm reaping the benefits already, although my running's not been going great because of my recent injury. I know that my body is more prepared now for the races I want to do. I got an ultra booked in next year, Race to the King, 100k. And I know that my body needs to be stronger to cope with that. And this is the reason I'm doing it. I'm enjoying it, and it's worth you doing. Again, I've spoken about it many times, but I broke my ankle, and I just feel like if my muscles were stronger, my legs were stronger and thicker, that maybe that wouldn't have happened. So another thing that pushed me towards that strength training is the ankle break I had. So give it a go. It don't even have to be hard. Get some bands, do body work, so using your own body weight. There's numerous things. There's YouTube with things on there to follow, runners' routines. There's even on Netflix the Nike thing you can follow on there for running, strength training and workouts. But it's worth doing it as a bit of cross training to add it on to the end of your easy day, which most of mine are at the moment anyway. But I would say that is a huge point to add on to your running, is getting some strength training in. I'm just going to check my directions. It's going to tell me to turn off here. Okay, that's pretty much it. One last bonus point, because I like to add a bonus point on when I think of them, is having self-belief. So let's say the bonus point is having self-belief, because you can do it. You 100% can do it. Trust me, I thought that a sub 20 minute 5k was impossible for me. I was doing it at the start. I was doing it once a week, trying to see if I was getting better. I swear to God, I was on like 20, 28, got down to 27, I got around to about 25 at one point. I was like, that's impossible to do under 20. How do people do that? And I'll see people doing 14 minutes, 15 minutes, like, well, must be something in it. But if you get the training right and have self-belief that you can get there, anyone can get there. You can drop the weight down to where you want to be, and you absolutely can do the sub 25k. Another example, when I did my first half marathon in Milton Keynes, I got to the line, I just fell on the floor. And I just remember thinking to myself, imagine turning around at the line and running back the route you just came to make it into a full marathon. I absolutely could never ever do that. But now, I'm two or three marathons in, I think, with more to come, and an ultra marathon to look forward to next year. You absolutely can do it. What you've got to do is have belief in yourself, belief in the training that you're doing, and just know that I'm off course again. Why on earth does that keep doing that and telling me this late? God damn it, Garmin. Anywho, that's it from me, from this beautiful scenery. Look behind. Have some belief in yourself, guys. Get yourself out onto this sort of runs. Make yourself feel good. It's an absolute life changer. There's 5 points that are probably written in your training that you can correct today. Thanks for joining me. If you watch this long, please comment in the section below if I missed anything, and I'll always write back to anyone. And please hit the red subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you on the next one. Love you all. Bye bye.